Hello, everyone. It's Mythical Megan here. I'm here with Story. Story, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Yeah. My name is Story. I'm from the channel Storybook, and I'm just here for a good time.
A good time, not a long time.
Yeah, good time, not a long time.
So basically, today is going to be talking about the recap of Shadow and Bone and Siege and Storm. Hello, Callum. It's good to see you. This is one of my friends. He's also reading Siege and Storm right now, so that works. But basically, just recap on what we've read so far. Story is the absolute best person to have.
Not really.
But we're going to power through. So if you guys have things you want to talk about on Grishaverse themes, we're totally game to talk about those. But basically, the first thing is, of course, the Shadow and Bone trailer. We have to react to that. But Story hasn't seen it yet.
No.
So she's gonna do a. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I meant to film a reaction video today, and then I ended up doing a different video. So I still haven't seen it. I decided just not to film that video, and I was gonna watch it later. I didn't even think we would talk about it today, but here we are. But it's fine. I'm gonna go with whatever you want to do.
Okay. So if you want to watch Story's reaction once it goes up, I will link it in the description down below so you can check it if you are watching this live at any point past today.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Shadow and Bone was the first book, and Siege and Storm here was the second book. This is what we just finished this month. I was just telling Story, I'm really good at ideas, but not executions. So the fact that I planned a whole Grishaverse read-along and I've only done like 2 lives so far is just, I'm doing a phenomenal job here. Oh, I can hide that. Wow.
Hey, I did the Six of Crows read-along, and I did the same thing. I scheduled 3 lives and only did 1. And you were in it, but I mean, I'm the same. It's fine. We're fine.
We're killing it. Oh, yep, got our waters here. Stay hydrated. But Shadow. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just laughing.
Shadow and Bone is basically the prequel trilogy to Six of Crows. So if you've read Six of Crows but haven't read Shadow and Bone, that's what we're talking about. I don't really have a lot to say because this is a reread for me, so I don't have a lot of like initial reactions or like really wow reactions. It's just kind of clarified for me that I really love this series. But I know you got the Spark Notes version. Basically, in the first book, we read about Elena discovering she's the Sun Summoner, and she meets the Darkling. I personally don't like the Darkling. He's not my favorite character.
I feel like
I was making like Elsa and letting him.
I feel like I would be a Darkling girl because I'm a villain. I'm always here for the villain, especially if the main character has a thing for the villain. And am I supposed to say he's a villain? Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, he's a villain.
Okay. I don't know if you know in like book 1 immediately.
It's somewhat of a spoiler, but I feel like if you're watching this, you would have read Siege and Storm, so you know by this point.
Okay. Sorry if you haven't. But I was just gonna say I love when the main character is like drawn to a villain, whether it's like romantic or not. Like I just love learning about villains. So I know that if I had read it, I haven't. It's fine. I've read Six of Crows, and that's kind of where I'm at. I started Crooked Kingdom, by the way. I read oh gosh, I only got like maybe 10% through it, but I was in a reading slump from Six of Crows, so I was just like, I'm gonna come back to this. I just didn't read for like a week, so I'm reading something else right now. But anyways, sorry. I was just gonna say that I would definitely be on the Darkling side. I know you're not, but
I'm not. Yeah. I'm definitely on the side of like the funny, nice guy, like
I'm not at all.
I mean, the funny, nice guy is basically my boyfriend, so maybe that's just my type. But I don't like the like nice best friend type. I like the bantery
Like
comical
quirky kind of. Yeah, I got you.
So I know you haven't read Siege and Storm, but Nikolai is my favorite of the 3 love interests.
Well, hey, that's why I asked you to break down the entire trilogy for me, because when I started Crooked Kingdom, it said something about Nikolai, and I was like, I don't know who that is. And I was like, I know that's from the original one. So that's why I asked you. I was like, okay, who is Nikolai? And then you just
I need some
everything.
context. You asked for one question, and I gave you like a whole novel.
It was good. I needed it though. I needed all that like background information.
So. Yeah, the end. My biggest advice to anyone, where you are in the series or not, is don't read King of Scars before you've read everything else, because King of Scars spoils both of the trilogy and duology.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
that's what I've heard.
But if you, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying that's what I've heard as well. I don't know if you told me that or someone else, but.
If you don't know, but back to the Darkling, if you don't know that the Darkling is the enemy from the get-go, it's on you, because he's literally called the Darkling. That's such a villain name.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Callum. Oh, you just finished Siege and Storm yesterday. What were your thoughts? Please let us know. Oh, and then there's my boyfriend. He can't wait to watch the Netflix show. Thanks.
Hey, Meg's boyfriend. What's up?
My supporters.
My boyfriend comments on everything too. I'm like, oh, thanks, babe.
Mm-hmm. Right. Hey, we gotta get the views any way we can. I'm sure my mom's like the 3rd person on this live. It's great.
My mom didn't subscribe to me until like, I think I've been on BookTube for like 3 years. I think it was 2 years in. She said randomly, she was like, hey, I watched this video. She was like, I've never subscribed before. How do I do that? And I had to show her how to do it. And I was like, you haven't watched a video until now? Wow, I don't even have my mom's support, but whatever.
Yeah, my dad still hasn't subscribed because he doesn't want to create a YouTube/Gmail account to subscribe. He's still stuck on his like Roadrunner email. Oh, I think you froze.
You're cutting out. I can't hear you. Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, you're back.
There we go.
I heard you say your dad didn't want to create an account, and that's it.
Yep.
Okay.
Were you the one I was talking to on your last live show about Addie LaRue?
Probably, because I just read it not that long ago.
Okay, I just read it today. I've got let me see, 30 minutes left of the audiobook.
What are you gonna rate it? What do you think?
I personally really like it. I'm totally into. I know you had mixed feelings going into it.
Yeah.
But as I've heard so many mixed reviews about it, I didn't have like high expectations going in.
Yeah.
Which I think helped. And I think the audiobook, because I read like 50 pages of the physical book, and it was a little bit hard to get into, but the audio, like, I think made it better for me.
Yeah, like I DNF'd it after I physically read it. I just like, I tried so hard, but the audiobook, like that's what I would recommend is for everyone to go the audiobook route, because it's so much better, and you can do,
other
1.5 or 2, speed. Yeah, so it was definitely better after the audiobook, but no, I'm actually, my next video is going to be an unpopular opinions video, and that's the first one I start with, so it's a little controversial, but.
So what are your, what are some of your unpopular opinions, like,
like, so, I mean, Addie LaRue, I gave it 2 stars, I think, maybe 2.5, so yeah, I dive into that, I mean, a lot of people don't like it as well, but I just feel like I don't know. I was the opposite of you. I was really like hyped up. Like everyone around me was hyping it up. So I expected just something way different. What else? Where the Crawdads Sing. Have you ever read that? I hate that book. Oh my God. I hate saying the word hate, but I hate that book with passion. And it's one
I hate The Time Traveler's Wife.
Oh, really? I love that movie. I've never read the book, though.
I can't do it. It's so, like, the concept of a man going back to visit a child and then falling in love with her. And
yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't do it. It was like,
yeah. Yeah, I forgot
but
about
I did like a whole rant review on that one on my channel.
Yeah, I can't remember on the top of my head what the other ones were, but those are like my top two. Like, what happened here? Oh, Sadie by Courtney Summers. I hate that book as well. So it's fan favorite. So
yeah, I did like that one. It wasn't like a favorite of mine, but it was enjoyable.
Yeah,
definitely best in audiobook as well.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people say it's good if you like podcasts, and I love podcasts. So I was like, oh, this will be great. I just could not. I tried 3 different times. I could not get into it.
Yeah. But you do like Where Dreams Descend, right?
Yeah. I mean, well, I still have to finish a little bit. I might finish it in this live, actually. We'll see.
Ooh.
I'm maybe like 80% through, but yeah, you're the one that told me to read this, actually. You said it was like Caraval.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. I'm literally always doing this. I'm like, but yeah.
When I was holding the book, I was like,
yeah. Earlier, I was doing a live on Instagram and everything was backwards. And I didn't realize halfway through, I was like, oh my God, you guys can't even see what this is because it's backwards.
That's how TikToks are, I think, too.
How in the heck do you do anything then? I'm not on TikTok, but.
Oh, I love TikTok. But when you like record yourself holding up a book, it's all backwards. But when a lot of people get away with it by like just recording the book itself, like
yeah. That sucks. You shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah. Callum, I really liked it. It was a read for me too, but I liked it a lot more this time around. I would agree. I did like it more this time around because you were able to pick up on more of the things going on. Hello, John. Welcome to the live. Thanks for joining today. We're talking about somewhat Grishaverse and somewhat just getting completely off topic because that's what we do here.
Unfortunately.
But we will talk about the Shadow and Bone trailer in the next live show next weekend. Yes.
Excited for the show, though.
What?
I'm so excited for the show, though.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, all I'm going to say about the trailer is that watching it, I sobbed the first time. And then I forced my boyfriend to watch it the second time, and I was like tearing up again, even though I had already seen it the first time. It's just like seeing your favorite world come to life was just phenomenal feeling. So I'm very excited.
It takes me back to like it takes me back to like Twilight and Harry Potter and Divergent and Hunger. Like it's like a whole nother era. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you get that same feeling, but it's like, oh, I wonder what else is gonna come from this. You know, so I've only seen pictures of the trailer and I saw a lot of the fold and the CGI looks I did not expect there to be like crazy CGI, and so I just know it's gonna be like crazy good. It's gonna be so good.
I read an article earlier. I apparently don't want to do anything today. I read an article earlier and they were talking about how it's a lot bigger than a lot of people think it's going to be. Like, the directors also did Love, Simon, Stranger Things, those types of films and movies and stuff. And then the like national news are picking it up, like People and USA Today, and the CGI was done really well. The costumer was Thor's costumer, who also won an Oscar. So it's like way bigger than I think a lot of us were anticipating.
Yeah.
They like shot in Hungary. I thought that was
really
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. I did not know that at all.
Yeah. I only found out today from my little article here. But yeah, I think it's going to be really good. And my biggest hope is that they make the Shadow and Bone Funkos so I can add Funkos to my shelf here. That's because
Yeah.
they always make Funkos for new Netflix things like Stranger Things, To All the Boys I Loved Before,
Yep.
even WandaVision, but that's Disney Plus, but
Yeah.
and Marvel. But
Streaming,
yeah,
like popular
yeah.
streaming shows. Yeah.
So fingers crossed they'll come out with Shadow and Bone Funkos. But I think we've talked enough until the first reading sprint. So for all of those of you who are joining today, we're just going to do some reading sprints. Both of us are going to go on mute, so feel free to play some music on your own wherever you are. I'm personally going to be reading the Lives of Saints because I finished Shadow or Siege and Storm. So I'm interested to keep reading this one because they referenced it a lot in Siege and Storm. So I want to kind of find the comparisons. So yeah, let's go till 7:28. I'll set my alarm now. And I'll see you. Well, you'll watch us, but in 10 minutes. Okay. 10 minutes. How far did you make it?
Only got like 6 pages in, but some interesting stuff is happening and I didn't want to miss anything, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Reread, make sure you get enough, that kind of thing, but I gotcha.
It's like the climax kind of part, so
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
I want to reread that book so badly, but I know that there is another book coming out this year, so I'll probably wait till closer to the release of that too.
Oh yeah, I saw that. When was it this year? The cover looks very pretty. I think it's like, is it September maybe?
I want to say it's later in the year because Where Dreams Descend came out later in the year, so
Yeah.
I would assume they're like coming out within the same month kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
August 24th.
August, that was close.
Yeah, 24th of August. It's pretty close to September, so take it. But I only read like 2 stories. Oh wait, 3 stories and a half. They're all only like a page each, so not very impressive. But the thing that gets me is like the illustrations in here are just like beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
I love it so much. Looking at the table of contents, I would definitely recommend reading Lives of Saints during/after reading the Shadow and Bone trilogy, based on the table of contents. So, yeah.
I have it. I have Lives of Saints, but I had no idea when to read it. I was just gonna read it, I guess, after King of Scars.
Yeah. You could probably do it there too, because I remember King of Scars goes quite a bit into like the Saints stories. So
Okay.
you could probably do it there too. Six of Crows, it doesn't really make sense with, because Six of Crows is more on like the underbelly criminal side of things.
Yeah.
Not so much the magical side of things. So,
Yeah. Yeah. When I read it, I definitely expected, I guess, I mean, the second half is like where all the action is and stuff, but I guess I just expected, like, just hearing about Grisha in general, I don't know. We have Nina as the main Grisha or whatever, and then, well, I guess everyone has probably read Six of Crows by this point, right? Or no, never mind. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah,
that's cool.
I thought they were just like there's just gonna be like several Grisha, I guess, and instead there's not as many. So
yeah, I read Six of Crows first with no expectations going in, because it was part of a Books with Chloe live show, and I just read it because they recommended it. So I watched it, or read it, and then watched the live show, and then found out about the Shadow and Bone trilogy, and I was like, oh, this is the whole universe. So
yeah, well, that's good. You found out at a good time.
For sure. So I'm just gonna ask the quick questions. I think you'll be able to answer them because they're more like moral questions as opposed to like specific questions.
Let's do it.
But in Siege and Storm, I'm hoping you all have read it because that's the point of this show. Alina has to kill an animal in order to get an amplifier, which is something that they like wear. Do you know about amplifiers?
Yeah,
okay.
I remember everything.
Okay. So would you kill an animal to get an amplifier?
God, that's the worst question ever to start off with.
Right? Gotta go hard to go home, right?
Oh my God, I can't watch animal cruelty like in movies. I can't really read about it. So
yeah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't think I could. I'm a pansy. I'm kind of a baby.
Me too. I love animals so much that I'm like, I'll deal with what I got, what power I got. I don't need more power. It's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm not like selfish. I would never kill anything just for like power or greed, or I don't know. Yeah.
See, it's easy to say that, like, in our context, like, it makes you wonder, like, if you could only defeat the main villain that's killing everyone by getting an amplifier, what's more important, the animal's life or, like, the thousands of people you will save?
I mean, if it's the Darkling, I just, would be by his side and be like, we can just be in love for the rest of our lives. How about that? Don't kill me.
If it's the Darkling, you just sway him to your side with your love, and or just be sucked into his.
I'll go bad. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, if I had to, I'd probably be more on the Shadow and Bone sacrifice side of things, where she gets power from like diving in front of the animal and giving him mercy from being killed. I feel like that's more my vibe, but I don't know.
Very Gryffindor of you.
Right? Sadly, I'm a Hufflepuff, but
I'm a Gryffindor, so I would totally do that.
I feel like a Hufflepuff also would, if you think about it, because we're so.
They would have to think about it for a while, but then they would do it. Whereas a Gryffindor would just, you're not going to think about it. Like,
also, we're going.
Yeah, like, I'm so protective that, like, it's not even I'm not going to think about it at all.
Yeah. The next question is, if you didn't have to kill an animal for an amplifier, what would your amplifier be? What are you going for?
Oh, I don't know.
Let's just say, hypothetically, that the animal can produce, like, whatever you need, and it won't harm them. I don't know. Because, like, the antler thing is really cool, but I feel like I'd go for, I don't know, like I'm really, I like tiaras. I don't know what to make a tiara. Like accessories, if we're going for accessories, this necklace is the only thing to wear, so why not go for a tiara? But no, necklaces would probably be easiest.
I don't really wear, I know I'm wearing a necklace right now, but like I wear earrings, but I wear earrings every day, but I'm just not a jewelry person. Just like, I'm not a purse person either. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like things on me besides clothes.
I don't even like to hold things.
Yeah. Yeah, no, me either. They need to go in pockets.
My wallet and my keys are both on a lanyard together, so I just wear the lanyard. Yes. And then this is like I said, this is the extent of my jewelry right here. And this is the necklace I wear like every day. If I wear a necklace. I don't even have my ears pierced, so
really,
unless you count a hair tie on my wrist.
This is so weird. We're literally exactly the same.
Maybe I'll go for like a phoenix feather scrunchie.
Yeah, that's creative.
Yeah. Callum, what would you go for if you're still here? Because I feel like you're creative. We'll see what he says. My next question was favorite character, so I don't know if you'll be able to answer that one or not.
Well, I mean, just from the Six of Crows duology, Nina is my favorite, which is funny because I remember I was probably like a third of the way through it or something. And no. It was like towards the beginning and you started talking about Nina and I was like, oh, I haven't met her yet. And you said that she was your favorite. And then I met her and I was like, she's my favorite. Yeah. For some reason, I didn't jump onto the Kaz and Inez train immediately. I was all for the Nina and Matthias kind of backstory. That's what I was kind of obsessed with. So, Nina is for sure my favorite character. And then Inez is probably a close second. But obviously in the Shadow and Bone trilogy, I'm not sure. But I think it would be the Darkling, in all honesty. If Ben Barnes is playing him, I'm gonna love him. I know I will. It's gonna be everything.
I hope he plays it like he actually is in the books and not just like tall, dark, and mysterious kind of thing. Like I hope he actually plays it like a villain.
Yeah. What would be different?
Hold on. Callum said he would just go for a simple black band, like a ring.
Oh, that's boring.
Um,
What about like your glasses? Could you do your like glasses you wear?
maybe
I don't know.
like tortoise shell glasses, but like actual tortoise shell glasses.
Yeah. Or what if you could do like a tattoo or something? Or does it have to be an object? I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like it
Tattoo
has
would
to
be
because
easy.
you. What?
A tattoo would be easy. You wouldn't even have to think about it. It'd just be on your body.
Yeah.
Questions I need answers to, Lee.
Thanks, Callum.
Rude.
Right. Yeah.
Rude.
My favorite out of the whole Grishaverse is 100% Nina, and then I would say Nikolai is like second tier. I did learn to slowly love Alina throughout the series, but I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong. Genya? I don't know if it's Genya or Genya,
I think
but
it's Genya. I think it's
what?
Genya. I've heard someone
Okay.
else say Genya, so I'm
Okay.
gonna
Genya.
Yeah. What if Nina and Nikolai were together?
Oh, I wish. Like, oh, don't even get me started because I have feelings about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mal and Alina is the worst. I would take probably the Darkling over Mal. I don't like Mal.
There's been a lot of like, I know we're in that Facebook group together. The
Mhm.
Shadow. I'm in two Shadow and Bone Facebook groups, and there's just like, I mean, even if you go on YouTube, there's a lot of hate for that character just in general. So I think a lot of people are hating on the actor as well, just because they hate the character. And so a lot of people are like, hey, he's just doing his job. Like, leave this guy alone.
Yeah. That's like people hating the woman that plays Dolores Umbridge. But
Yeah.
I mean, if they hate you because you played the character so well, I guess that's a compliment in a way. I'm not sure. But
yeah, it's a strange predicament,
yeah.
I guess.
I don't just like separate the actor and the character. It's possible. But Mal, for me, I don't like him because he only seems to like Alina when she's like not thriving. Like he only loves her at her worst, if that makes sense. Like only when
toxic.
only when she's at his level is she worthy of his love. But like anytime she's like being successful or like thriving or doing well, looking good, that kind of thing, she like shuts down. It's like almost like a jealousy kind of thing. Like, oh, you're so big, I'm nothing. Like we can't be together. But then suddenly she's like sick or she isn't doing well or someone hates her and he's like, oh, I'll love you. I'm here for you. And I'm like, you only love her when she needs you or like when.
Yeah, that's toxic.
I don't like it.
Sounds like all of the love interests are toxic, in all honesty.
Honestly, yeah. Nikolai isn't toxic. I just don't think they would ever truly be in love.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be more, Callum and I were talking, it's more of a political alliance or friendship than it ever would be like a love between the two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, same for Six of Crows too. There's a lot of toxicity.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Kaz is a very toxic person. Matthias and Nina's relationship is toxic. Even the other relationship is toxic, in my opinion, because he kind of like, there's like breadcrumbs I don't know.
Yeah,
like leading someone on, but also there's like no communication. But yeah, maybe Lee Bardugo just likes that. She's like, oh, let's add some drama by making it toxic.
I honestly, the sad part is that's what a lot of people like live for is the toxic relationships. I'm like, no, that's not good.
Well, at least it's better to like read about it and know it's toxic than like experience it in real life and you're not aware that it's toxic, I guess. You know what I mean?
I don't think. Yeah, I think some people don't realize it's toxic though. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like when people talk about Twilight. Like when I read it when I was younger, like no, I didn't understand how problematic it was. But it's not like I did, like it affected me in any ways. Like I was just reading a story, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like I was like, oh, I need someone. I mean, obviously I love Edward, but like It's not like I'm like, oh, I need an Edward that would act like no, I wouldn't want a boyfriend like that, you know? So I don't know. It's like reading it now, it's like I see all the problems and stuff, but at the same time, it's like people are going to be dramatic no matter what. So
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, like how people are treating the male actor, you know,
Yeah,
like they're going to be dramatic because they're invested, but like you have to at one point it's okay to like really really like something and also like not be hateful. I don't know.
yeah,
That's just
like
my take.
yeah. So now we'll go to our next reading sprint, and then we'll wrap it up. So let's go for, well, it's like 7:44. Let's go for like 6 minutes. Just wrap it up at 7:50.
Sounds good.
I don't like super long lives because it's hard for people to go back and watch them.
I always say I'll do an hour and it ends up being an hour and a half, so
Mhm.
I respect you.
All right. So I'll just keep an eye on the time. I won't set a timer. When it hits 7:50,
Okay.
we will come back. So go enjoy your reads, everyone, for 5 minutes now. Woo, reading sprint. That's a real sprint. short reading sprint there. Hey, at least I'm encouraging you to want to read your book even more because you're at that climax spot of
Yeah,
I need to read this.
both times we've stopped, I'm like, I'm one of those people, I have to finish a chapter. Like, I want to put it down at the end of a chapter. And so if I'm not at the end of the chapter, I just like, it feels unfinished. I don't know.
Hey, now you'll go read the end of the chapter after this live. I totally I get it. I wasn't even at the end of a sentence yet, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna keep reading till the end of the sentence. When I hit. But that was all for today. Let me look at my schedule for what next week is. So Friday, we're going to do the Ruin and Rising kickoff. Tuesday the 9th, we'll be doing reading sprints on Twitter, hosting them there. Then I'll have a live show on Sunday the 14th. I was going to do one Saturday the 20th because that would fit with the schedule I want to do, but that's my birthday, so I'm going to take that weekend off.
Oh, happy birthday.
And then another set of reading sprints on the 22nd on Twitter, and then we'll end with the live show on Tuesday the 30th, just to wrap everything up. And then April will kick off Six of Crows. So I'm going to do a Netflix party on the day that the show releases. So excited about that.
That'll be cool.
I'm debating if I should buy an account and just make it a public account that people can watch from in case they don't have Netflix for that 1 month. But
I don't do that.
I think you can buy a premium account, and then I would just give people who joined the live a password to get into that Netflix account. I don't know.
Yeah. That would be really nice of you.
Yeah, I try because I don't want people to be left out because they can't afford Netflix, and it's what, probably $15 for the premium. I'm not sure. So it or the hubla. Wow, killing. But that's kind of the schedule. So thanks for joining today. We'll see ya. I'll see you Friday. I don't know if Corey's going to be joining again, but hopefully soon.
Probably not on Friday, but
yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
I'm lucky that I work a job where I work 10 hours for 4 days and then have every Friday, Saturday, Sunday off.
That's nice. I wish I had
that. But yeah, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.